the Md-11, the plane that was supposed to compete with the 777 and replace the DC-10, but quickly airlines turned their heads. But why? The promise. In the late 1980s, McDonnell Douglas promised airlines the future of long-haul flying, a plane that would replace the DC-10, carry more passengers, and use less fuel than anything else in the sky. It was called the Md-11. Airlines were told it would match or beat the efficiency of Boeing's newest twins and even make money on long flights that older planes struggled with. It was sleek, fast and modern, or so it seemed. Every airline wanted a piece of the future, but the promises didn't match reality. The Md-11 would go on to underdeliver on every major metric McDonnell Douglas sold to the airlines. The compromise? The problem started with a single design compromise. To save weight and increase fuel efficiency, engineers shortened the tailplane and adjusted the aerodynamics. On paper, it worked, but in practice, it made the plane harder to control at low speeds, especially on landing. To compensate, they relied heavily on automation. The Md-11 was one of the first planes where computers did so much of the work that pilots had less margin for error. Landings became sensitive. Hard landings, bounce touchdowns, and uneven touchdowns became a hallmark of the Md-11. It wasn't unsafe. Pilots could still fly it perfectly, but the learning curve was steep, and airlines noticed. Something that was supposed to be the future of air travel started to feel finicky. The consequences. The compromises in design and automation didn't just make landings tricky, they had ripple effects across the airline industry. First, fuel efficiency fell short of expectations. Airlines were promised lower operating costs, but the Md-11 burned more fuel than advertised on long-haul routes. That alone made it less attractive than newer twin-engine planes like the Boeing 777 or Airbus A330. Second, pilots had to adjust to its handling quirks. Hard landings and bounce touchdowns weren't dangerous if you knew what you were doing, but they added extra maintenance costs, and many airlines simply didn't like the learning curve. Third, the timing couldn't have been worse. The Md-11 hit the market during a global recession. Airlines were cutting costs and investing in planes with better economics and fewer headaches. Meanwhile, twin-engine jets were proving just as reliable, more fuel-efficient, and cheaper to operate. The result? Orders slowed, airlines walked away from contracts, and McDonnell Douglas never fully recovered the market share they'd hoped for. Even though the Md-11 was capable and reliable, it quickly developed a reputation as difficult to operate, a label that stuck with it for years. Why cargo loves it. So, if the Md-11 struggled with passenger airlines, why is it still flying today? The answer: cargo. Cargo airlines don't care about passenger comfort. They care about payload, range, and reliability. And the Md-11 excels here. Its 3 engines give extra power for heavy loads. Its fuselage is perfect for pallets and containers. And those handling quirks? Not a big deal when you're landing a plane full of boxes instead of hundreds of passengers. FedEx, UPS, Lufthansa Cargo all still use it decades later. What was a compromise in passenger service became a strength for freight. The plane that failed as a passenger jet found its second life in cargo skies. UPS retirement. As of January 27, 2026, the Md-11 has been retired by UPS. The Md-11 was first introduced to UPS in January of 1990. Following a fatal crash in November 2025 at Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport, UPS has officially parted ways with the wide-body aircraft. The future? The Md-11 may have struggled as a passenger jet, but in the cargo world, it's a legend. FedEx and Lufthansa Cargo still fly it today, decades after it first took to the skies. So what's next for the Md-11? With newer freighters coming online, these planes are slowly being retired, but some may continue flying for years, quietly moving millions of pounds of cargo every year. From passenger flop to freight workhorse. The Md-11 story isn't over yet. As always, be sure to follow for more aviation content. Thank you for watching.